This is
Tent Talk,
Tent Talk.
site number 5 or 6.
I thought it was more like 7 or 8.
Yeah, it probably is.
Well, we're at Buff Point regardless, and this is kind of our second night here. The first one we were in our tent.
Down on the beach below.
Right, in the cove after a rough day. And today, it's kind of a rough day also, but in a different way. We hauled all our gear and our kayaks up 250 feet of cliffs and then across the tundra to this old research station. Looks like they're doing seismology and weather stuff like this. It looks like it's been shut down for more than 10 or 12 years and vandals have gotten to it. All the windows are broken out of it, so we had to board up the windows in one of the buildings. It only had 2 there, so the rest had a lot more. So this one, the one we got, seemed to be in better shape than them all. Less dirty. We swept it out, found a couple old brooms. Now it's dark as hell in there, but we've got weather coming in for the next 3 days, maybe 4. High winds and rains and whatnot. So anyway, Jeff found this old sink, aluminum sink, and we put it on this bed frame, metal bed frame, and it must have been the headquarters building. We got a fire going, some of the old 2x4s they had laying around. Drying our clothes out. Of course, it's smoky as hell because we're indoors.
We got 4 windows, big windows open.
Yeah, 4 windows and the door are open, so I mean, the smoke can't escape. But you know, we couldn't get a fire going in our place because it's all, like I said, boarded up. But
We are drying clothes, you know, which doesn't happen down here unless you start a fire.
right, it's just too wet and damp and humid. Took a lot of work hauling all the stuff up, so we're a little worn out from that. Our schedule's a little off, obviously, because we're not paddling. And it's kind of weird looking at the next few days of just doing nothing but hanging out and trying to stay warm. We'll get these fires going every once in a while, I suppose, depending on the wind and the rain and coming over to this building. You know, our clothes get wet coming from building to building, so we got to be careful of that.
Got to figure out which use our paddling clothes to get over here in.
Right.
We only got X amount of dry clothes, camp clothes to keep us warm and alive. So we gotta watch for those.
Barbara says that Daryl, the Parks Canada guy, emailed her and got on us for camping too many nights on the park and wants to charge us more money. So we'll get right on that. In fact, I went ahead and left another $300-400 under this rock up here at Buff Point, and I'll tell him where it is with the GPS marker so he can come out here and get it from us. Or he can just come out here and give us a ticket, something like that. But I believe we're on Inuit land right now, so we're good.
We also got on us for not reporting a bear that we saw running along the bank.
We told Barbara about it. She put it on our daily blog, and he got on us for not calling him about it. I don't think he understands how little we think about him. I mean, quite literally, we have not put much thought into him. And if there's a bear, no, we're not here to tell Parks Canada about it. We'll put it on our blog, and if they want to read about it, then they know where it is.
They got a whole island full of bears.
Yeah. So.
Why do they need to know about this guy? He was over on the peninsula.
Anyway, our cabin over there is extremely dark. We've only got one headlight. You know, we don't have any candles or anything to light it. Something we hadn't considered is, being shut into the cabin for 4 days.
Wants to like it though. He needs his iPad. He needs his
Sleep nights.
darkness to sleep. I can sleep in the middle of the day just fine.
It's because he grows fur on his eyelids. I don't. And so, that'd be nice to sleep without my sleep mask. But anyway, we're going to be...
The bunks are like 5 foot, 4.5 foot.
Yeah, just
I don't know. This might be a backbreaker over there. We might be.
It's a bit
both
short.
on the floor.
They're
I don't know how they could have possibly.
These plywood bunks, they're just shorter than your average human being. I don't know what to think about that.
I don't know what the deal is, and these guys built all their own stuff here, so.
So they
Why
knew.
would you do it? I mean, all the doors, unlike the Inuit hunting cabins, the hunting cabins all have 4-foot tall door heights. So you gotta duck even if there are 2 doors in it or whatever, they're all 4 foot. And now these are bona fide, 7-foot tall door openings everywhere.
Tall
so.
ceilings, everything's 8 foot, everything looks good, but the
But
bumps,
the bunks are
Man.
5 foot, 4.5 foot long.
what were they
It's gonna
thinking?
be a backbreaker, I think.
What were they thinking? Oh man, we don't want these bumps to be too long. Yeah, we didn't tell
and,
this.
they're all over here in all the buildings, and they're all like that.
They're all short.
There's none that are like a full piece of plywood, 8 foot long or nothing like that. Nothing like that. So anyway,
Yeah, well, this is pretty hardcore research when it was being done. Last we could see anybody that was here was 2006. Now it's 2022, so it's been a while.
yeah, I don't know if somebody was here in 2006, but that's some of those magazine
Right,
articles.
right.
Yeah,
That could have been something else.
right.
But anyway, and we got our
Neighbors like us.
first cruise ship. It's sitting off the coast of us right now. It's from Cork Expeditions. It's the Aquamarine. We spoke with the captain on VHF, and he seemed like a real nice guy. Invited us over for drinks, and we let him know, we can't just haul our kayaks down another 250 feet and go out there. But man, it sure was nice to think. Plus, tell you what, if I got on that cruise ship right now, I don't think I'd leave. It would be difficult seeing all those steak dinners and wine and warm beds that are full size and all that. It'd be like, nah, we better just stick with what we got. So I think we're good. I think it's one of those cruise ship, they say they're doing an expedition and people pay $30,000 and come back and say, hey, we did an expedition to the Arctic. They're all out running around in Zodiacs, and they came by and looked at us. We looked at them, and they videoed us, and we videoed them, and we all waved, and then they got bored with us, and they took off and looked at an iceberg. So that's cool for the well-heeled explorers out there, unlike us. But we're warm, relatively dry, so we're doing all right, and we got a good place to hunker down for the upcoming storms, I think. And that's kind of it. We're hurrying up and going nowhere. We've done that in Ottawa, and we did it at Palm Inlet for a while. Now we're doing it at Buff Point. It's the only way we can make it successfully is to be conservative. Take off when the seas and the weathers are good. So that's our fire talk for the night, such as it is. Burning our sink fire.